Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and today I'm testing an art supply that I've had for a really long time but haven't really used. I got these Derwent Inktense pencils as a gift and they've mostly just sat on a shelf. And Evie Draws has been sketching with them, and I thought that maybe I should give that a try. These are watercolor pencils, and it's not really a medium that I really use, but sketching with them seems like something I absolutely could do. So I decided to pull them out and give them a go. I wanted to sharpen them before drawing with them. The pencils are a little bit thicker than your average pencil, but they do fit in my sharpener. Sharpening this many pencils, I will have to double check how many there are. I think it's a set of 40. Took a while, but it was an extremely satisfying experience. I am fine with them being dull, especially for larger areas, but I did want to start out with them sharp. I also wanted to swatch them before I did any drawing with them. There are so many colors. I feel like it's a really good variety. I feel like they have a good selection of each color family, which is really nice, especially if you're someone who actually creates full pieces of art with watercolor pencils. I really haven't used them very much, any watercolor pencils, and so I'm not the best person to ask about them, but I can say that I was having a great time while I was swatching them. I was amazed at the vibrancy of the pencils, and especially when I added water, it was really exciting to see how the colors changed. As I was swatching them, I made a concentrated effort to keep my swatches lined up and nice. I have a really huge tendency to just skew things when I'm writing or swatching or anything like that. So I want you to be proud of me for how neat these pages end up being. The sienna gold, when I added water, that's when I really started to get excited. The colors are so vibrant. They're so pigmented and so beautiful. Also, very handy, I noticed as I was going through the pencils that the numbers on the pencils make it really easy to keep them organized. They were climbing as I was moving through them. I did swatch some of them out of order because I must have drawn or something with them at some point and put them back in the wrong order. This Shiraz color is so beautiful. So is this iron blue. On the next page, I continue to make sure that my swatches are lining up to keep them neat and organized. I'm really proud of myself, guys. So I brought it up again. Sorry, not sorry. They did break a few times as I was swatching them. I realized pretty quickly, although it took me a while to get used to it, that they're very soft. They're extremely pigmented and very soft, and so you really don't need to press hard at all, and it took me some time to get used to them. and stop breaking them. I needed to flip the page to get the last few swatches on there. I did keep these ones lined up as well. This is my favorite bit right here. These colors on this page are where I got very excited. They're all gorgeous, but I really like sketching with very deep, dark colors that are more muted, and these ones just really spoke to me. The madder brown, the bark, the Indian ink. This one, seeing the black swatch go into this gold toned undertone when I added water, really, yeah, I was making happy noises. I really love Payne's Gray, so to have a Payne's Gray pencil, I was like, why haven't I been using this? It's so beautiful. The outliner, I believe, is just graphite. I would have to check on that. The leaf green and mustard as well, and the indigo blue. Yeah. Ionian green, iron green. So beautiful, and I'm excited to play with these more. I did also add the light fastness ratings. As you can see, they run from, I think, 0 to 8. And a lot of them are quite light fast, not all of them. Here I decided to see if they would erase at all. I was not expecting that they would. I did not have high hopes for this. So, yeah, and they didn't. They really aren't very erasable at all. If you draw very lightly, you can get some of the pigment off the page, but it's not something you should count on. So they're not a perfect replacement for Prismacolor Col-Erase pencils, but that's okay. I decided to do some sketching just to see how they felt and see if I really liked to do that with them. I felt nervous because they don't erase, and I'm not used to not being able to erase unless I'm very purposefully drawing with a pen. So neither of these sketches is terribly fancy, and they're not planned out at all. At some point, if you want to see me do more horses again like this, I do want to do a sketching horses from the imagination video, so stay tuned for that. I found these pencils to actually be extremely pleasant to sketch with. Like I said, they're very soft. I wouldn't quite call them buttery, but that's definitely the direction that they're leaning. They are extremely pigmented, and just, it's a very smooth drawing experience. I also found that drawing very lightly when doing my construction lines was completely fine with me when, I'm going over it again and darkening it for the final version. So it would be kind of difficult to have a very finished, polished sketch with them because you can't erase your construction lines. But if, like me, you really enjoy having sketches that look very sketchy and that retain that sketchiness all the way through, and you can, I like seeing construction lines in sketches. I like seeing the process through the image. They're kind of perfect for that. And yeah, because they're watercolor pencils, I did want to actually add water and see how that looked and felt. And I was so pleased. I did this in my ELO sketchbook. The swatching was done in a mixed media sketchbook. And I was actually surprised how well the ELO held up. It's very smooth paper, and I went in very lightly, and I think that if you did any more water, it would definitely be too much. This did curl the page up on the side. Not horribly. It's not something that's super obvious that you can see very well unless I had moved the camera, which I didn't. But yeah, it did okay with a really light wash over the top. And anywhere there was a lot of pigment, it got dark so fast. So they're just beautiful pencils. Really pleasant experience, and I definitely am going to do more sketching with them. I liked being able to add the washes and imply shadows, and I liked that you could see the pencil grain through all of that. Just really pretty. There you can see the page has curled up a little bit. I went back in here and added more pigment to the mane because I wanted it to be darker. And then I went over it again with the water. I really wanted to use this one here. This sketch is the bark pencil. I really wanted to use the Indian ink one that kind of had a golden undertone in the black, and so I also decided to sketch this tree. I really enjoy sketching trees. I need to practice painting them next. Yeah, I just had a really good time. They're so good to draw with. As you can see, they are easy to create a variety of values with, depending on how hard you're pressing your pencil, which is perfect. And then you can choose to add water or not. And I actually liked how this looked better before I added water, but the point was to experiment, so I do add water later. While I was doing this, I was wondering why I hadn't been using these, and the obvious reason was that I really don't use watercolor pencils. I just prefer watercolor itself. The times I've used watercolor pencils, I felt quite frustrated with them. Doing finished pieces with these is probably not something that I'm ever going to do. I may use them as an addition to watercolor or other things. But the other thing that occurred to me is that they're so nice. They came in that beautiful wooden box, and they're just really nice pencils. And I had this attitude that, you know, I don't want to use my nice things. I want to save them for later. And in the last couple of years, that's a thing that I've worked to change, because the truth is, there is no later. There's no right time. There's no best time. There's no time when I'm going to be good enough with my art supplies to use the nice ones. The best time to use your nice things, your art supplies, your nice dishes, to wear your nice clothes, the best time to do that is right now. It's today. Life is short and crazy, and you should use your nice things. So that's my message today. I'm gonna use these pencils. They are so nice, they're so beautiful, and they don't deserve to be sitting in a box just collecting dust and waiting for a non-existent right day or right time. And I think the same goes for all the nice things that we save for later. I did like this sketch better before I added water, but the brownish gold that the water brings out in this ink, in this pigment, in the pencils is so pretty to me. I just love it. So that is the bonus for having added water to this sketch. And I really do like it. And yeah, that is my Derwent Inktense swatching and testing experience. Let me know if you have these pencils, if you think you might want to get some, and what you would do with them. I give them a solid 10 out of 10 for sketching and exploring. I can't give you a rating or any idea what I think about them for finished pieces. That's not my goal, but I hope this was helpful for you. If you would like a picture of my swatch pages, let me know. I think I'll post it anyway, but yeah, let me know. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.